it's just patch 14. Pre-alpha patch
Patch
14. I'm not saying the
patch
0, 0.
14.
Patch
You don't want to
14.
say the 0, 0, but it's like right there. It's
Well,
clear as day.
it's
Zero
fine.
point zero
It's
point
fine.
one four.
Well, now we
I
spent
said
too
it.
much time. We're trying to streamline this thing.
Let's do it.
But
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right.
so yeah, so there's some pretty big changes though. I mean, we
Hmm,
talked about them a little bit here, but we've got the backstab. I'm a fan of this because this change, right? So you can only be the spot right behind the unit.
yeah.
I'm a huge fan of this because Songhai were so freaking scary to me, man. Like I could have
I
complete
definitely
map control, and they
I
would just
definitely have
destroy
to
me.
agree that backstab before was insanely powerful.
Oh god, so
Um, I feel like for this more specific change, they should probably do a couple of other things to balance out the cards that had backstab.
sure, sure.
Um, whether it's giving them another toughness or just something small, because the position isn't a huge difference, but
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
fair. I mean, to some points, like I was like, I just need to be against the wall and summon as many units near my unit that I don't want dead, right?
Yeah.
So it definitely helps, but you're right. This might be too drastic. Maybe, maybe they take half damage from when they're at those two side spots. Maybe that's too complex, but something like that might be kind of nice, right? So that way you're not
I
overbalancing
think
the units.
I
But
think something as simple as changing a toughness.
yeah,
Like give them one bonus toughness because they're gonna need it to get into that position.
that's true.
Though Songhai is really the only faction with backstab, and they just have juxtaposition and all sorts of stuff to place units wherever they want.
That's true.
So it might end up being a change that people don't even really notice.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I mean,
This anti
it
hmm
will definitely help. Like, I mean, think about it. Like, if they put two or three units there, that it's gonna make that only one backstabs now instead of two, right?
Definitely. I feel
So
like all in all it's a good change.
yeah, it definitely makes me less scared of fighting them.
Yeah.
Um, and then this magic field, I have never seen anyone use a magic field.
Anti-magic field wasn't already permanent?
I
That
I
was
don't
my
know.
reaction. I saw that and I was like, it wasn't already? Because that just
Yeah,
seems like something that would be. And even
yeah.
then,
So
not very useful in
yeah,
general.
it needs to be. I'd like to see a change to this, something like maybe like it covers a quadrant, almost like the
Like you,
creep.
like you put like these four squares are
Yes,
anti-magic and all units inside them are. That would be good.
yeah, I think something
And
like that would
maybe
be
if
kind of
it were,
nice. But
is anti-magic can't be targeted by or just damaged by in general?
I don't even know. That's a good
Because if
question. I don't even know
if
that.
it's if it's targeted, it should just be changed to affected by, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would if it was. It would be nice if it prevented all damage because that would like. But that might be too strong.
Preventing all damage is definitely way too strong
Yeah.
for what it's costed at.
Well, at least
Especially
spell damage. Yeah.
if it does like a quadrant.
Right.
But I think being like unable to be affected by spells or abilities,
Yeah.
basically kind of like Shroud in Magic the Gathering.
Right. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I could be down with that. Then there was a bunch
These
of card changes.
so many card changes.
Yeah.
Holy crap! This is the first
Um,
time I've seen a couple of these cards. I'm not gonna lie.
um, I th- I think there's like one or two that well, there's one card I haven't seen. I think that's the first one here. Let me see if I want to blow this up.
Aegis Barrier.
Yeah, I've never seen that card.
I have that just is a testament to like how like people never use anti-magic field. I feel like
Right.
maybe if we had some sort of like sideboarding method to where like you had like five cards that you could swap out
Ooh
between
yeah.
rounds.
Yeah.
Uh, but like this card is really only good against like Songhai mainly.
Yeah.
Um, I mean everybody has things that target things, but nobody like I don't know. It's anti-magic field
I
could
mean,
use a
it's a
change in
the
general,
granted.
I think.
Since it's one cost, awesome. Why not?
Yeah,
Like,
that rarity. I don't know if that's the same rarity it already was or not.
ooh, that I don't
Let
know.
me
But
see.
like I said, I've never seen. I don't play this
No, they
faction a
didn't.
lot. So
They didn't. They didn't change the rarity on it.
okay.
Um, But I mean, it seems like a better card now, and like people might be more likely to use it, especially since it's only one mana.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you need to protect, especially like you said, if you're fighting Songhai or someone with like
If you
heavy magic. Yeah.
if you know you're about to go up against Songhai in one of the tournaments, just swap it in before the round.
Immediately, just immediately.
Immediately.
And you want to go? Should we go across or down?
I think we should go across.
Okay, so let's see. This one is the.
Flash Reincarnation.
Oh, this one was strong. And what did they change it to? Lower the
They
cost
changed
of.
it to it still lowers it by 2. Um but now that minion also takes 2 damage.
Oh
I
God.
feel I feel like that's way too big of a debuff.
Oof, that's
Um
brutal. Yeah.
that's really brutal because a lot of Magmars and I haven't played a lot of Magmars, so I may not know my way around the meta, but I feel like 2 damage is a lot, dude. That's they're gonna put him at like half health.
But to be fair, like I think even a lot of their units start with 2 health.
No, no,
I mean,
no.
like,
Without a doubt, a lot of their units start with 2 or 3 health.
God,
I feel like if they really wanted to nerf this card that much, they probably could have like made it take 1 damage and made the card cost 1 mana.
yeah, I think I'm with you. Like, this is too harsh. Like, I had a couple of these in my deck, and it was great, but I get it. Like, I could throw a on turn one, I could throw a 5 mana cost card
Oh, definitely. It
for
definitely did need a nerf. I'm not
for
arguing that
nothing.
at all.
Like it was just like, oh well, that's great.
Yeah,
You know,
it's ridiculous. But
so
this, yeah,
this is pretty brutal though. I'm with you. I'll take a 1 damage and 1 mana cost. I think that might be nice. But well, who knows? Like maybe this is now looked at as like a later game card. It's not used. It's not picked up as much. You don't. Maybe you just have one in a deck.
I feel like it's definitely people like you said, people are definitely going to go from like it was a 3 of like without
Yeah.
it like hands down. If you ran Magmar, you ran 3 of these.
Yep. Yep.
I feel like it's going to get lowered to 1 or 2, and
Yeah.
even then, it depends on the kind of Magmar deck that you're building.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm sad about this one, man. Second Wish, as a vet
I
fan, I'm so sad.
I've got to be honest. I like Vitruvian, but Scion was really strong before.
It was too strong.
You essentially like quadrupled the damage that you were gonna put out on that turn, and that's just. I understand that it costed 4 mana, but
Yeah.
jeez,
It was
that's
so good, man.
ridiculous.
So like, dropping it to 2 mana, okay, it's still a solid card, but
Yeah.
um
I think that right now this is where the card should be. I feel like this
yeah.
is just it makes it a very solid card.
Yep.
It's not a card that's like format breaking or anything like that.
Right.
It's just it's good. It's definitely still going to be at least a 2 of in most decks, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. I will still keep it in my deck. I'm just a little sad because um the thing about it is I could put it on, my dervish that spawned from an obelisk and not have to worry. I knew they could
Oh
take two
man,
hits.
yeah, you could just pop them out and just go smack people.
And it was great. Whereas like now it's like,
Hmm.
well, if I put it on that minion, he's not going to survive two attacks. So it's like,
Definitely.
yeah. So it's like, all
It
right,
won't it won't work as well as the dervish or
right,
with the dervish. So you have to find synergy with it somewhere else.
yeah. But like I said,
But it's
I mean,
still
I get it. It was too good, but I'm a little sad.
yeah. It's
Um,
okay. I
yeah,
feel like we're starting to reach the point in Duelist where they're realizing like every single card that we made is OP.
yeah.
Every single card in Duelist is OP.
Every
Fix
card's just too good. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
This amplification change, I don't like it.
It makes me
I
sad,
like
man.
it makes me sad. I like Grow. Grow as a mechanic is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Especially for Magmar.
Oh,
Um and
it's fantastic.
I understand just making it +3 attack, but I don't know. I feel like getting rid of the mana cost and changing it to just +3 attack, it feels like a completely different card. You
Yeah.
know? This
No,
feels
definitely. I mean,
like
so
some sort of weapon equipment or something like that.
right. So I used to. I'll tell you, my Magmar deck. I had 3 Veil Hunters, the 1/2 ranged unit,
Oh, he's
and I
so
would
good.
and I would buff them with this card, so they would get 3 growth, and they're in the corner, and then just become a train. Like
You
there's.
know,
Oh, it
I
was
never
fantastic.
thought about that. That's definitely really good.
It was
I
so
feel
strong, man. And like,
I feel
in
like
turn two, I'm
yeah,
doing, 4 or 5 damage just from one Veil Hunter sitting in the corner.
definitely. That's definitely really, really strong. So
Um,
I definitely understand the nerf. I
yeah.
feel like they should have kept it at grow though. Even
I,
grow one.
yeah, I would have been okay if they bumped the cost to 3 mana, right? For a 3 grow.
Hmm.
Sure. I'll take it. I'll take the
Yeah.
hit. So yeah, I mean, you're right. It's definitely changes the feel of this card.
I feel
I
like it's definitely it feels like a completely different card that doesn't
yeah.
fit the name amplification.
Yeah, it
It
just
feel
it
this feels like stick with a nail in it.
steroids. Just
There
one
we
time
go.
use.
That's what it is.
So let's see
Jack's
what
Sights.
this guy was introduced last patch, I believe.
I've never seen this card before.
It's pretty new. I think they introduced it in 13. Um,
I'm not gonna lie, I like that ability, and I feel like that cost really fits it.
oh yeah. I mean they upgraded the cost. I think that's the only thing that changed, I
I
guess, right?
feel like,
5, right?
yeah, they changed the cost from 4 to 5. I think that that's a really solid change. Like, I don't have a problem with this at all,
Yeah, I
just
mean,
looking at it.
it's basically a 5. I mean, if an ideal situation, right, you're going to get
It's 5 mana for
5
five
one
one
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can dig that. No,
yeah.
that's good.
And I like to see I'd like to see a deck with this. I've been thinking about it. Like if you can get a deck with some buff card that buffs all your minions, like oh man,
Songhai
that
has stuff. Songhai and Lionar have stuff that do that.
okay. I think
I could see him working really, really well in a Lionar deck,
oh
honestly.
god, yeah, that's right. They have the +1/1.
Just
Um,
run like two of them,
oh
if
yeah,
that.
oh
Run
that'd be
two of
nice.
them, and then turn turn like 9. Drop something with provoke next to your enemies, and then
Yep.
drop him. And on the next turn, move everybody out of the corners and drop another one.
Yep, definitely. I mean, like, because they have that one airdrop unit that's like a 310 taunt.
I love him. I love
So
him.
I
I
can't remember his
love the
name, but
freaking. I can't remember him either, but he's so good. 310
yeah.
with
So that,
provoke
you're
and
right.
airdrop. What more do you want?
Yeah, he's
Even if they dispel him, that's still a 310.
he's still a monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What did they do? Let's see. What did they just change this guy's hit points?
Yeah,
Let's
they
see
just
here.
changed his attack in health, which I mean for 7 mana that seems fine, I guess.
So I
'Cause,
thought this card was already scary, and they made it better.
it's definitely scary, but look at his rarity.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a freaking I don't know,
But
something. I don't know what that color is, but he's big. And he's
he's
supposed to be big,
he's
and
the
I
orange
like it.
one. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like think about it though. So at the start of his turn or your turn, he basically makes a copy of himself.
Hmm.
Like,
Well,
God,
no,
like
he creates an egg, and the egg is a 0/1, and the
right.
egg is very easy to take care of. What
That's
he
true.
is pressure.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
I feel like maybe previously, with how Magmar could ramp out like nobody's business,
Oh, that's
he
a
was a
good
lot
point.
stronger. I feel
That's a
like
good point.
with the change that they made to Flash Reincarnation,
Yeah.
he's a much more reasonably
You know
set up
what?
card.
That makes sense, right? That's probably why they made that change, just so. Because I have one of these guys too, actually, and I would just once he's on the board, if you can't take him out within a turn or
Mhm.
two, he just he owns the board because he's just making more of himself.
Yep,
So
it's definitely a problem, and I
yeah,
like that ability. And I
yeah,
feel like he they probably could have settled for a 7/7,
okay, yeah,
but 8/8's not bad.
yeah. I mean, I guess the 6/6, like there are lots of minions that can do 6 damage, or you can do
Mhm.
5 and then rush the charger for 1 extra damage. So I guess they're trying to make people spend a little more cards and energy to
Yeah,
kill him. Yeah, it makes sense. He's
I think it's fine.
yeah.
Chaos Elemental. If they ever change the art on this card, I will quit Duelist. If and I can't say no, I take that back because I saw the time lapse that they released today, and
Yeah.
I just don't want them to change it. This is such a look at him. He's
he
adorable.
he is pretty cute. He is pretty cute. This
I like that ability.
yeah.
I feel like it fits the art. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like the cost, and the only change that they made to him is they gave him one less hit point, which
Yeah.
seems fair for how much of a pain he's gonna be to get rid of.
Oh man, I actually played a match against someone yesterday, and I was playing Abyss, and I had a couple spots of creep, and he
Hmm.
attacked me and fell onto the creep, and it killed his card. I was like, oh,
Yes!
that's
Oh
just
my
so
God.
so bad luck. I was like, but I'll take it because otherwise I would have been doomed from that card because I knew he was gonna. I think he was
That
playing Song.
is
I was like, I'm just gonna get destroyed by this thing.
that is so freaking fantastic. Oh my God.
So it was so good.
Ah,
All right, I guess
yeah,
we're
that's
we're,
good.
we're about to talk about the
All
saddest
right.
change, right?
Let's just go ahead and make the 21 gun salute happen because Komodo Charger is no longer a charger.
He
He's
he's
like a Komodo steamroller now.
he's just he's
They
the
took
older
away
brother. He's
Rush.
got a couple more six packs hanging around him.
He's got kids, he's got bills. He can't afford to just rush into combat anymore,
Kids
man.
and bills, man.
A one drop, 1/3 without Rush.
Yeah.
Why would you take this away from us?
I,
Ah, he was the God.
he was
Like
fantastic.
I feel like what in all honesty, I feel like what made Komodo Charger really good is because the way the board itself is set up in game with
Yes.
that one mana orb that's leaning to the right,
Hmm.
um, that basically gives the second player a total of 2 mana over the first player. And
Right.
with Charger, you could disrupt that and you could ruin their flow. And I
Right.
feel like that is something that was needed at the time. And I feel like it's still something that's kind of needed simply because they haven't repositioned that orb yet.
Right.
But right now, we just need to find new ways to disrupt it. So, like, I'm going to be replacing all of my Komodo Chargers with Planar Scouts.
And that's the airdrop like one
That's
two.
the one drop 1/2 with airdrop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That's what I
and
figure people are going to
that's
change for. Yeah.
I definitely feel like that's going to be the change that happens. I'm upset that they changed this. It didn't really feel like a change that needed to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious behind it. Like, I
They
mean,
if they I'm talking a lot here. Sorry. I love talking about the
no,
theory and
man, go
stuff like
for it.
this. But I feel like if like the reason behind this change is probably because it was a pretty defining card. Like
Yeah.
I imagine that it's such a good card and it's a neutral, so it probably was taking up 3 slots in many players' decks simply because of how solid it is.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
And I'm of the opinion that if a card is ever super format defining like that,
Yeah.
it wasn't like super format defining, but everybody was running it. Um, then it
And,
should be changed in some way.
and I'll be honest, like initially when I started playing, I was like, I don't want this. I was like, it's a 1/1. I'm just throwing cards away. But as I started playing, I was like, oh, okay, I see. People are just using it to
Yeah.
capture these orbs, balance the game out.
Hmm. Yep,
Um,
that's definitely it. So I think if anything, this really speaks to fix the orbs.
Fix the orbs. Yep. And who knows? Maybe they'll fix the orbs and then bring his younger brother back, the more
I hope so.
risky, the
I
bigger
don't,
risk
I don't,
taker.
I don't like this responsible young adult Komodo
Yeah.
Charger. He's boring and won't go drinking with
Get
me.
him out of here. Yeah, we want the charger who's hanging out with the lantern fox. Getting crazy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man.
all right, we may
So
have spent enough time on
sort of.
this beloved card.
I think they get the picture.
Yeah.
Sort of Mechazor. Only change here is they gave him an extra hit point. Seems good to me.
Oh yeah, I'm okay. I mean, he was really strong initially. Like I think at first he had charge or rush. What was it? Rush? And
A couple patches ago, he had something else, yeah, and then they changed him to frenzy like last patch or the patch before.
something like that, fairly
Um,
recently. And it was
and
because of the Mechazord.
yeah,
When he summoned, he had charge, and it was too strong.
it was definitely devastating to. Oh, there's a Mechazor right by me, and now I'm dead.
Yep.
Especially with like surprisingly, it's like really easy to get Mechazor out if you just run 3 of everyone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you run all it's easy, especially with like the 1/4 airdrop. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, Helm.
the helm. Yeah. So
You can
I
just
mean
go.
it's yep.
It's yeah. I feel like this is fine.
Yeah, it's good. But it makes him at least sustain one tack from a general or something.
Mm-hmm. Earth
Um,
Sphere.
yeah.
Earth sphere. This change, they made it cost one less, which seems totally fine by me because Lionar still has a 0 drop, get 5 health.
Yes, which is so strong.
It's
Yeah, I'm
so
okay with this.
strong.
Uh,
This is fine. Everybody should have a 0 drop, gain 5 health.
that'd be great. Yeah.
Kujata.
Oh, what's this?
This is this change.
Oh, right. This is the it's
One less to cast, and then they take 1 damage as they enter the battlefield. I
eh,
feel like that's going to be the new flavor for Magmar's uh, ramping that they do.
yeah.
Is just yeah, you take 1 less damage, or you take 1 less mana to play something, but you pay that in blood.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense with the theme of their deck. I just hopefully, I think there are a couple minions that just have 2 health. Maybe some of the other ones have like 4, I think. But
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, and
yeah,
I'm looking forward to playing against some newbies online who forget about that and drop
just kill
something
their
with
own
one
minions. Yeah,
health. Yeah, I can't wait.
yeah, it will happen. And then they'll give you the sad Magmar emoji, which will be perfectly appropriate now.
Yes, that's my favorite emoticon.
I know
I
he's so
swear it is my
cuddly.
favorite. He's so like I'm crying.
I'm so sad.
Uh, Twin Fang.
Oh man.
They change +3 attack to +2 attack whenever a friendly minion or your general takes damage.
All right.
Okay, I guess
Yeah.
that's fair.
I mean, this card is devastating. Like, but you know what?
That
It,
oh my god, there's some synergy here.
yes,
Kajuta
I was
Twin
about
Fang.
to say.
Kajuta Twin Fang. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that makes sense. So maybe it's okay that you're taking damage as long as you're running a couple twin fangs.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, why
Maybe.
not? Just
Yeah,
give
that
your.
doesn't
I
seem
mean,
bad. That seems so janky. It's
uh,
so janky.
you're
I
gonna be
like it
like
though. I can't
that.
wait
You
to
know
run
that
that.
that's probably how it's gonna be. Like someone's gonna play couple twin fangs. They'll have their little butt out there, and they'll just be summoning minions just to kill them, just to get their general like 100 damage.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a cool deck to see, and it's gonna be total jank, and I cannot wait. I love jank.
it's the wolf pack. It's the wolf pack
Yes.
deck.
Enslave. They made it more rare.
I think they
That's
made it. No, I think they made it less rare. Is
less
orange the
rare.
rarest or is purple the rarest?
I don't know. They made it epic. I think
Okay.
orange is legendary. Epic
Okay, so they made it
is
epic. So
what
they
it
made it
is.
less. Wait. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I guess
I
it's
don't
okay.
I feel like this all in all is just a really strong card.
Man, it
Because
is pretty strong.
you can move immediately with it.
Oh, you can?
He's
I don't
not
think you could.
I don't think he's exhausted. I could be
Oh,
wrong, and if I'm wrong, somebody should call me out on that because I don't play a lot of Vitruvian.
I'm trying to think. Someone did it to me the other day, and I think they're exhausted, but you control them.
Okay, that then you know what, it's totally fine,
It's
but
like
it still sucks. It hurts. It hurts
it,
me.
it's definitely a really strong card. Like I think for a while I ran one in my deck, but then I just found that I was like, man, there's never a great time to use it because the 4 cost mirror mirage unit that can copy one. I was like, it seems I get more use out of that.
Definitely.
Um,
I think the best place to use this would be against the Lionar creature that becomes the general.
oh yes,
Oh God, I would just it's just so mean. So
yeah, that would
mean.
be cruel. That would be cruel. I like that.
Very cruel.
Um,
I want to see that happen.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Shut up, cat. Saber Spine, Tiger, they gave him Rush instead of Frenzy and took away a health. Okay, I guess. I mean,
Oop,
I don't really have an
there it is.
opinion on this one.
I, to be honest, because they took Rush away from the other one, the what is
Charger?
it? The Charger. Maybe people might pick up one of these instead.
No, he's too. There's better stuff that you can play at 3 mana.
That's good, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
You never know.
Eh.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you never know.
because everyone's got 3 of them, so maybe maybe it is better than what you've got in your deck. I mean, it could be interesting.
It'd be fun to swap out and see what happens, but I
Yeah,
would not replace Charger. Even now, I don't think I'd replace Charger for it. Not at
yeah,
that cost,
probably
because
true.
at that cost, don't you get Rock Spine
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
with the Provoke? That's at 3 or 2.
You're right.
But whatever. It's no real opinion on that change.
Yeah.
Vindicator, another adorable minion with a badass name.
Yes,
Um,
yes, he is.
they made it cost one more, and they just fixed up the text
Yeah, I was,
because
I was
it
throwing
used to
the,
be minions, but now it's friendly minions.
yeah. So I was, I was super sad about this. I think I even posted on the forums because I was playing against a guy. I was like, oh, I've got him, and I threw out like three minions. I was like, I'm to destroy him, and then it was just like, why are they exhausted? Oh, it's not
Because
my
they
minions.
changed Vindicator.
So, and yeah. So I mean, it's always been this way. It just they didn't the text
I feel like this is how they meant to make it work.
right.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I was just well, granted, they did make him cost one more, so
They did. They did.
um,
It seems like a fair change.
yeah, I'm okay with it.
And if
It's a
they
strong card.
it's a very strong card.
My God.
Um, I feel like if they do make the worst decision and give Chaos Elemental new art, they should make that cute little bat the Vindicator.
Ooh, okay. I
I'm
could go
okay
with
with
that.
that.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Or
that.
even just use the art that they're coming up with Chaos Elemental on Vindicator. And just keep Chaos Elemental as the bat because it's cute.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with that too.
Good.
Yeah.
Because it's right.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. I think, and then there are some, bug fixes.
there were some bug changes.
Yeah.
Fixed first one of the day not working right.
Yeah.
Fixed unbeing able to not being able to deselect something.
Yeah.
Fixed crafting shard rarity. Still haven't changed the UI back to how it was
Yeah.
before.
All right. So, are
Um,
you a fan of the new UI, or do you like the
I
old one?
I am not. I am not a fan of the new UI.
Yeah.
It's I like what they're trying to do, but the old one just worked a lot better and was much more usable. With this one, the
Oh,
biggest issue I have is that I have to look so much more around the screen,
so yeah, I'm
and I
with you on
can
that.
make it's real easy to make calculation mistakes with it.
I like the. I mean, I like the like you said. I like the look of it. I like where it's going. But my thing
It
is
should,
I want an emoji as I'm playing a card, and now I can't because
yeah,
I got to reach the card, and then I'm like, I got to do the exhausted stretch to the top of the map, and I'm like,
yeah.
ugh.
It's everything works better down at the bottom. They're spreading
Yeah,
the information too far around,
yeah. I mean, there
and it's
maybe there's a balance. Maybe there is something that can be up there. Like the thing I'll tell you the thing I miss the most, knowing how many cards I have left.
I didn't even notice that oh my God, you're right.
So I was in a match and I was like, why am I not getting any more cards? And it hit me. I was like, oh, I've been playing this match for 25 minutes. I'm just out of cards.
Yeah,
And
that is definitely something that shouldn't have been removed.
granted, I should know my deck better and know that I've played everything. But I was like, I think I'm missing like one card here. And I was like, nope, I just have one card left.
Okay.
So granted, I've never.
That's
That was I've only been in one match out of like the hundreds that I've played where I've actually ran out of cards.
yeah.
But you know,
I've never ran out of cards,
yeah,
but
it was
I can
wild.
definitely see it happening, and card count is definitely very important.
Yeah, it'd be nice. So I I don't know. Maybe there is some information that can be up there. Like maybe the general is up there, but there's another way to emote. I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't know.
I think it should stay on down at the bottom.
Yeah, that's
Put it
fine.
back how it was. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, like I get their idea of like cleaning it up, and
I
letting more of
like
that background
I
art show.
definitely like the transparency of it, but
Yeah.
I don't like it at the top. I do not
Yeah.
like it at the top.
I hear you, man. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
it.
think that
Them's
I
all the
think that's it for this
changes.
patch. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
thanks for
yeah.
having me on.
Thanks for. You know what? We forgot to.
We
We messed
totally
up. We
did.
forgot to do the introduction thing.
We have to
Here.
re-record the whole thing.
Whole thing right now.
Whole thing right now. These are Duelyst patch notes. I'm Fork.
And I'm Matt or Zeph or whatever you want to refer to me as. Well, Fork, thanks man for letting me steal some time away, chat
No
about these
problem.
patch notes.